Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card reading. So in today's reading, we're going to be discussing what to expect in the month of March. And that really is just focusing on what messages are coming through, maybe some things to think about, some ways that you can take care of yourself, some themes for the month, and also wanted to add in this reading is very much in alignment with the full moon that is coming up in Virgo on February 27th. And in pretty much all the piles, I talk about ways in which you can manifest whatever it is that you want to come into your life in the month of March, because the energy of this full moon in Virgo is, again, letting go of past restrictions and moving forward without all the baggage. So, as a disclaimer, these readings are in no way meant to tell you how to live your life. You do you, you make your own decisions, you have free will. These readings are only here as a tool for guidance and to receive messages from spirit that I have been able to channel into the cards. Also, for those of you who are not familiar with me or are new to this channel, my name is Solange. I am a psychic intuitive channeler, medium, as well as healer. I do lots of things. I'm going to be uploading tons more videos like these, as well as videos in relation to wellness, as well as topics that are not commonly discussed. So if you are interested in that, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if any of the messages resonate with you, and leave a comment. Alright, so let's hop right into your reading. We have here pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards. And now for those of you who like to pick with crystals, I'm going to be placing crystals on the cards right now. Alright, for my pile 1s, we have here double terminated crystal quartz. For my pile 2s, we have here Goldstone. For my pile 3s, we have here Pyrite, also known as Fool's Gold. And for my pile 4s, we have here Black Tourmaline. Hold on, let me get a better... Alright, so again, I'll offer you an opportunity to meditate on the cards. I recommend closing your eyes so that way you can connect with your intuition stronger and pick up on the energies that are pulling you towards a particular pile. Hello, my loves. Welcome back for another reading. For those of you who chose pile 1, this beautiful double terminated crystal quartz. I love it because one side is very clear and transparent, and then the other is kind of that milky crystallized texture. So we have the contrast of just dualities in general. So it's very interesting. Let's see what our cards have to tell us. So we're going to start with our self-care oracle cards. Also, don't mind my nails, sorry to broke off. Okay, so let's see here. Ah, love that. So for the month of March, it looks like abundance planning, or what Spirit is saying that you should focus on. So maybe budgeting, maybe even manifestation journaling, right? For what you want to come in into this month of March. So so this is the general feeling for my pile ones. So you can expect March to be on the topic of abundance and financial. So let's put that card there to begin. All right, jumping into your tarot cards. So we're looking at past, present, and future energies. So here we have the Three of Earth. This actually was this way, the Village, and then the Three of Water. So this is really unique and interesting to begin, right? Because we have the Three of Earth, which represents Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Three of Water, which is also Three of Cups. And so it seems as though, especially since this Three of Earth is in reverse, it seems as though you haven't maybe done well with like connections or working well with others. There's definitely a disconnect in terms of communicating with others. Given that this is Three of Pentacles, and Pentacles has to do with like monetary gains, it could mean that, you know, maybe you've been in a scarcity mindset, or this could also mean there is a lack, just like you're in a scarcity mindset, you're not really collaborating with others, you're kind of just like, I'm gonna do it on my own, and that is not working out for you, hence why it's in reverse. Which also brings me to this present energy, which is the Village, very similar to the Tower card in a normal tarot deck, which is again also reminiscent of, you know, chaos, disruption, destruction. This could also again be referring to your home situation or connections like friends, family, maybe your roommate's living situation, because again, this Three of Earth, right? Even how they're just like taking parts of the land, you know, they're just having a meal. Sorry for the interruptions. There are a lot of outside noise. Again, I'm in New York, so I'm trying to record when there's the least amount of noise, but that is obviously very difficult. Okay, so coming back to this Village card, and we can see again how this plays back to the overall card of abundance planning. It seems as though you need to like go back, maybe refinance, maybe pay off some debt, right? Or save up some money, invest some money. It seems as though like your financial situation is really causing you stress, and is maybe even causing more problems on top of you dealing with the financial aspects. So I think, you know, going into March, really focusing on financial planning, budgeting, that kind of stuff, maybe even investing, will allow you to again move forward and out of this current energy of the Tower. Also, with this Three of Water, this is your what you're moving towards. This is actually a good sign, because it seems as though coming into March, you're going to be moving out of this like, I don't have enough, like nothing's working out, like just this scarcity and like deficient, destructive mindset. And it seems like you're going to be able to build back on what you had lost, or what you kind of got caught up in terms of finances, as well as just like emotional stability. I feel like you're gonna have a realization coming out of this Tower moment where you're just like, this is not what I want to experience anymore. I'm over this. And this Three of Water is really giving you the energy and the courage to, you know, make steps to move you out of this past and current energy, and really put you in a abundant mindset that will allow for not only material gains to come in, but also healthier connections. All right, so now we're gonna go into your tarot card in association with an oracle card for relationships, connections, family, as well as career, and as well as what messages are meant for you in terms of self-development, self-awareness on your spiritual path. All right, so starting off with the first tarot and oracle cards, we have here the Son of Wands, So for this deck in particular, oh, and it's so funny. I love that this card just flew away because this deck in particular, I mean this pile in particular, my pile ones, like the cards were just flying out everywhere. So, and it's funny, you have the Son of Wands. So this is very much the energy of just like new beginnings. And Son of Wands is also the Page of Knights, for those of you who are wondering, or Page of Wands, sorry. Which has a lot to do with like new inspiration, creativity, foundation, really like building blocks, finding that creative spark, which in relation to this new moon that's coming up in Virgo, this is exactly where you want to be, where your headspace is, because the month of March is going to be heavy in the manifestation flow. So March is the best time to manifest this abundance, to manifest any changes in your home or in your relationships. And then your Oracle card, Gateway. Wow, it's a beautiful card. So yeah, going back in terms of your relations, your connections, once you again move away from these past energies, you're gonna find new inspiration, new motivation to not only plan more financially, but you know, to be able to eventually, you know, maybe go out to eat, or sorry, I'm gonna find a better way to stack these cards. Go out to eat, or you know, enjoy some times with your friends. This Gateway card has a lot to do with stepping into something new, right? When one door closes, another one opens. So you have the ability, you have that unicorn ability, right? And it's kind of funny, like even the way the light, I don't know if you can see, but even the way the light is like reaching out, and then here you can see the light just peeking out. It's like you have everything you need in order to strengthen your connections, your relationships, even if that is in relation to finances. Okay, so now going into your career, let's see. So your tarot card is the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. And then we have here Wisdom. All right. So, in terms of career, again, granted, this Five of Cups is in reverse, so this is a good sign in the sense of like you're moving out of that space of feeling like nothing's getting better, nothing's changing, like you're stressing about like, you know, your financial situation, how that like affects your relationships. You're going to be moving away from this energy, and you're going to actually gain wisdom and insight from that shift of energy. And again, this kind of ties back to the Son of Wands. You're getting this like spark of inspiration, and it could be, you know, a result of this full moon that we are going into Virgo, because Virgo does have a lot to do with diligence, planning, getting into the details of things, really being meticulous. So I do see that coming up here and giving you guidance to say that you have what you need in order to plan for this month of March. And if you feel like you don't have what you need, then, you know, don't feel bad reaching out or like, you know, seeking financial help, like seeking a financial advisor or an accountant or something like that, someone to kind of help guide you in this process if you feel like you cannot do it alone. And then lastly, we have here for your spiritual growth, self-development, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we have new beginnings. Oh, you guys, this is magnificent. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like, I feel like you're also just like done with it. Like you're done with like where your headspace has been and like what your situation has been. And you're just like ready to take the steps to move out of that. Because even here with this Seven of Cups has to do, wow, this is magnificent, you guys. I'm so happy for you guys. Because Seven of Cups has a lot to do with having a bunch of different options. But actually, hold on. So there are a bunch of different options that are granted to you, but you kind of feel like, I don't know what decision to make, which decision is right. Like, how do I know which one to choose? Like, which opportunity is for me? And again, this goes back to what I was saying about like that one door closing, another one opening. Granted that it is in reverse, and as you see here, like the 6 cups, they're facing towards the moon, whereas this 1 cup is facing towards the sun. And the sun energy has a lot to do with new inspiration. Again, going back to that Son of Wands, being able to fill your cup with all that like brings you joy and inspiration, as well as you are going to be able to kind of settle on the decision that whatever decision you have to make on something, that's the sense that I'm getting. You will know what to do. That one opportunity or that idea that kind of helps you get out of this is definitely going to be the thing that allows you to start fresh. And that allows you to use all that you've experienced to step into a new place, a new headspace, a new mindset. And again, this goes back to that full moon in Virgo, because we are going to be letting go of old narratives, of old connections, old like habits and ways of thinking. So this is actually this is looking very good for you guys. I'm very happy that you're shifting your energy. It already looks like you're taking the steps you need to take in order to move out of these past energies. And also I'm seeing here maybe horses or some kind of like horse-like animal is a spirit guide, or maybe that was like a favorite animal, or maybe that's an animal that you connect with on a deeper soul level. So I would say explore that, look into that a little bit further, to help you not only along your spiritual path, but you know, if that helps in terms of connection. I feel like it's more connected to connections, like relations, right? Because horses in general, they're very sensitive creatures, right? Like they react to the smallest things, but they're also very strong in their build, right? And in their ability to maneuver through different terrains. So I sense that that's like very much possibly a spirit animal or ancestors reaching out to you in that way. Okay, so now let's get into some ways to find your power this month, in the month of March. All right, we have here, get rid of objects that make you feel weighed down. Yes. This is very much what I'm getting the sense of, right? Again, moving out of those past energies. I think in general, even aside from this abundance planning, it seems as though maybe you just need to journal and write down a few things that make you feel weighed down. And then once you've kind of created that list, finding ways to get rid of them, or determine whether or not it's serving you or not serving you, right? So something to think about moving into the month of March. Get rid of objects that make you feel weighed down. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you, my pile ones. Thank you so much. I thank my guides, your guides, higher self, for granting this reading and for giving us the messages that we need to hear in this current moment. All right, welcome back for my pile twos. Those of you who chose the Goldstone, this magnificent stone that brings lots of light, joy, abundant energy, as well as reminding ourselves that we are capable, that no matter what our craziest, wildest dreams are, we can achieve them. So let us jump right in to your 2 self-care oracle cards to see what the general energy for this month will be for you, and maybe something to focus on if this helps you or this resonates with you. So make a meal. Okay, so yes, with this make a meal card, very much, you know, we've been in this pandemic for some time. I'm sure people have like learned how to cook by now, or at least are less reliant on delivery. Or maybe if you know, for those of you in this pile, again, this is a general reading, for those of you who maybe do order delivery all the time, maybe this is a time for you to kind of come back and go through the process of making a meal, because even that process can be very satisfying, right? You're putting together a bunch of ingredients, you're putting in love, effort, commitment into a meal that has a final result that gives you a sense of accomplishment. So this could be something to kind of help you practice building confidence, as well as, you know, creating something from nothing and really being proud of that creation. And also, I just want to let you guys know for my pile twos, 2 cards flew out for the last part of this reading, which I'll get into later. So it seems like you guys are very much running on the energy of 2, which is very much along the lines in numerology about being divinely guided, yes, and trusting that the universe has your back, yeah. And even though it may not seem like we're going down the right path, or our focus or intention is clear, there is a greater plan. There will be a positive outcome to whatever it is that you're working on or working towards. And then here we have sound healing. So yeah, so maybe, I mean, sound healing is very specific in the sense of like sound bowls, maybe like solfeggio or hertz frequency healing. You can find those on YouTube. They're like 428 hertz, that kind of stuff. And sound healing is really good, not just for aligning and attuning the chakras, but also just for mental, I guess you could say, mental stability, just like grounding oneself, but also feeling the energy of everything around us, right? That's the feeling that music or sounds even bring to us, right? Sounds create an emotion or a reaction within ourselves. So maybe even sound healing will allow you to dig deeper in terms of like areas of yourself that you could work on or that need some work. So I would definitely recommend, if you're making a meal, put some music on, yeah, like make it a little ritual, right? Get into the vibe of what you're trying to pull in for this month of March. Okay. So now here, let's get into your tarot cards. So these are from the Orisha tarot deck that I have. So let's see here. We have the 6 of Water. Very Aquarius energy, even Pisces energy, my bad, which is where we're going, right? We are in the month of Pisces. We have the Enslaved Prisoner, and then we have Message from Water. Okay, and they're all in reverse. So let's just hold on, I'm trying to make this set up good. Okay, so let us get into the energy of this 6 of Water. So as you see here, there's this beautiful mermaid just basking in the moonlight, kind of just like hanging out. But, the waves are crashing, things are moving all around her, right? The fish are coming up to her, but she's kind of just like, I'm here. And maybe this is actually a joyous moment, but given that it's in reverse, it seems like there might be some discontent or, stagnation, feeling like nothing's really happening right now. So this could mean that, your past energies have been a little bit stagnant. Maybe you feel plateau, and that's normal, right? We are still in a pandemic. There's still a lot of external factors that are playing into the individual's lives. So that's okay. Yeah. Even though the cards are in reverse, try not to think of any of this as being bad. Just see it as a way to reflect. And then we have the Enslaved Prisoner, which is pretty much the Hanged Man in the regular tarot, which in reverse, again, also relates to not really being able to make up one's mind, feeling like the world has got me shackled down. And trust, I understand, I can relate to this idea. However, we have more power than a lot of us give ourselves credit for, right? So you have the ability to unshackle yourself from these bounds, right? I know, again, it may feel like, the world has you by each part, right? Like each part of your limbs, and it feels like you're just like tied down and there's no way to get out. But it does seem like, you're hung up on how to move forward in this. So again, this is just a way to reflect on where you might be in this current moment, not necessarily to dictate what your future is. And now moving into future energies coming into March, we have Message from Water, which is very similar to the Chariot, right? We have the black and the white seahorse here. And we have this beautiful queen, goddess, who's just like looking back. And it's like she's kind of knows where she's going. Like she has confidence in her seahorses, but she's also kind of like, I'm gonna just trust that the universe has my back. Whereas again, we have a reversal on this card, so it really does feel like, for my pile twos, unfortunately, like maybe there's a disconnect between you and spirit, or you and source, whatever source is, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. So this could be a sign that moving forward into the month of March, again, maybe this is a reflection of your internal world, that you feel like nothing is gonna get better. And this really has to do with just like a change of mindset. And again, going back to your self-care cards, this is why I think the, making a meal, doing some sound healing will allow you to move forward and out of these energies, right? None of this is set in stone. This is just where the energies lie in this current moment. So you have free will to be able to move yourself out of this. And actually, to give us more clarity, let's just jump right into your tarot and oracle cards. So the way I set this up, we're going to go by your relationship, connections, what you need to hear in that bracket. Then we're going to go into career, what you need to hear for the month of March. And then we're going to go into some personal development, spirituality, self-awareness, reflection. So let's start with the relationships, connections, what to expect in the month of March. Here we have two tarot cards. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys have so much water energy. I'm feeling like maybe you're Pisces, maybe you're Cancer. So you guys feel deeply, right? But you're letting those emotions kind of overrule the reality of your situation. And then we have the Two of Wands. So yeah, so in terms of your connections, your relationships, it seems like you need to kind of do a reassessment. It seems as though you need to, or what might help you in the month of March is going back to square one, right? Checking in with yourself, tapping into what brings you joy, what keeps you in this creative flow, this energy of inspiration, right? Because even in these cards, there's so much color and energy, texture, vibrancy, which, with the reversals, we don't really have that. So moving into your oracle card. Sorry again about those church bells. Okay, so here we have new beginnings. Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm really happy that you are receiving these messages, because again, look at the colors. Like, this is just like rainbow, like sunsets, sunrises, like the day begins and we have all this inspiration, and the day ends, but that doesn't mean that the inspiration ends. It just keeps going. It's like this cycle. So again, in terms of relationships, connections, it seems as though you might be making new connections that are actually going to help you get out of this headspace. The month of March has a lot to do, even we're going into this full moon in Virgo, which has a lot to do with letting go of the past, letting go of past ideas of self, past ideas of others, restructuring your life, really. And again, I said this for my pile ones, but this is the time to manifest. So if you are feeling bogged down by your situation, bogged down by everything you have to deal with, know that if you want to change what you're currently feeling, you have everything you need inside you to make that change. So now let's jump into your career cards to see what messages we have there. So we have here Dawn of Cups. Still on that angel, not angel, we're still on that rainbow vibe. I'm getting the sense maybe my pile twos, you guys are like indigo children, or you're like empaths, maybe like highly sensitive beings. Because it seems as though you have like an energy to you that other people can connect to, but you're not fully you have not fully stepped into your power just yet. So, which brings me to this Daughter of Cups. I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys have another cup card. Again, water, energy. So it seems as though you guys are going to be on the brink of regaining that confidence, right? Because even from this relationship connection section, we start with the Ace of Cups, and now going into the career section, we're moving into the Daughter of Cups, which is also the Page of Cups, which really talks about, you know, being able to balance our emotions, being able to pinpoint and assess why we feel a certain way, and, you know, just being able to check in with ourselves a little bit better, having that dialogue. And then here we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so yes, this in terms of career, it seems as though your internal situation is affecting your work and affecting how you move forward on a particular project that you're working on. And this project definitely has room to be successful. I mean, again, we have this Goldstone, and the Goldstone is all about creating, building whatever your wildest dreams are. So I don't see career necessarily being an issue. I just see that once you get clear on your internal state, you'll see that manifest into your work and get you to, let's say, a King of Pentacles, which is mastery of, you know, whatever skill or talent you have. And then here we have forgiveness. Oh, wow. Okay, this is great in the sense of what I was just saying. In terms of your work, your career, it seems as though forgiving yourself for whatever, you know, what's the best way to put it? For whatever setbacks you might have had in the past, forgiving yourself will allow you to move forward in this pentacle energy and allow for abundance to pull into your life more. So forgiveness of the self, and also maybe forgiveness for actually, I'm not really getting the sense that it's an external forgiveness. I'm really getting the sense that it's forgiveness for yourself, and kind of like being easy on yourself, right? Like, it seems as though you might be working towards something and it just has not been going the way that you want. And that's okay, that's natural, but it doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. It just means that it might require a little bit more work, and that's fine, but don't be so, like, try not to be so hard on yourself, because again, the collective energy right now is everyone is working towards something. And even in this pandemic, and even though it's difficult, it is possible. Like I said, the month of March is focused on manifestation. So I recommend, if you don't have a journal, definitely grab a journal and, you know, just start writing some things that you want to pull into your life, and you'll notice those changes. I promise you. All right, here we go. Moving on to self-development, awareness, or spirituality, however you would like to look at it. We have here the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. And then we have here Justice in reverse. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this duality, you guys. Look at this duality. Black and white seahorse, black and white cat. Okay, we're going to get into it. Hold on. Let me just take a second to meditate on the cards for a moment. Okay, so for this Three of Wands, again, as we progress forward, even though it's in reverse, I'm getting the sense that self-doubt might start to creep in again. So here we go. Again, you have the resources, gifts, talents to start fresh, to build on whatever it is that you're working on, or start something new that will result in something that you are proud of, right? Again, that make a meal, that suggestion of, you know, putting together a bunch of ingredients so that way the final product is something that you are thankful for, have gratitude for, have, like, you know, worked so hard on. And it seems as though there are going to be developments in terms of your connections, your career, in terms of your spiritual growth. I think it will still be an internal battle for you, right? Because easier said than done. It's not going to happen overnight. That's why this is a general reading and a monthly prediction, right? The energies can change. But again, it does seem as though those limiting beliefs or self-doubt about what you're capable of and what you're doing might creep back in. So just be cognizant of that. And again, even with this Justice card, it's in reverse. And the Justice card has a lot to do with balance, fairness, structure, right? And being able to create harmony within the self, or within a situation, right? Granted, this is the self-development section. I'm going to say the self, because this is going to be a balancing act. It seems like you guys do have a lot on your plate, not just on an external standpoint, but with like your internal realm. So let's see what your Oracle card is saying for some guidance. Oh, you guys, look at that. Openness. Yes, that is right. That is right on the money. Again, when you look at the progression of the cards as well as the coloring of the cards, even though this Three of Wands is in reverse, there is still lots of energy brewing right there, right? It doesn't mean that it's gone. It just means that it needs to be worked on. It needs to be honed and, you know, given some love, like a plant, right? You can't just leave the plant be. You gotta give it some water. You gotta change the soil here and there, maybe talk to it, play some music for it. So that's very much the sense that I'm getting with you guys. And the more you stay open, the more opportunities will come in, the more connections will be made, the more connections will be made for yourself as well in terms of what you want to do and how you want to approach whatever it is that you're working on. All right, so let's move into some ways to find your power this month. All right, what other messages do we have for my pile twos? Ooh. Ooh, you guys. Oh, I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Sorry about the zoom. Okay, not working. But it says, tell your body that it is loved. And that is correct. And not just your body, tell your spirit. Just tell yourself that you are loved in general. And I think this goes back again to this forgiveness card and this Daughter of Cups. You have a very strong essence, energy to you, again, that attracts others and that allows you to co-create with spirit and with others. So just continue to, you know, care for yourself, what you need in order to put yourself in that space that will give you more clarity and, let's say, motivation to keep on the path that you are on. So that is all I have for my pile twos. I'm wishing you love and light with this reading and your situation. I thank my guides, your guides, higher self for allowing these messages to come through. And I wish you guys all a beautiful rest of your day. Welcome back, you guys. For those of you who chose pile 3, this is for my Pyrite group. So for those of you who are not familiar with Pyrite as a crystal, this is a crystal that helps with manifesting abundance. They call it fool's gold because of its obviously shining glimmer, but it's not gold. And this also allows us to be on the frequency of abundance, which is definitely what the month of March is related to. Okay, let us jump into your self-care oracle cards to see what the general overall feeling of this month is. Ooh la la. Okay, from my pile of 3s, it seems as though pleasure is your overall message. Okay, so actually I just want to talk about this really quick because this can be kind of taboo, right? People don't really talk about how they please themselves on an individual level, but at least for, you know, females, it's, at least personally, I believe that it is important for females to connect with their womb, to connect with their lower parts, however you want to put it, to create a deeper connection and awareness of the self, right? Because the lower section of a woman is connected to the root chakra and is connected to the womb, and, you know, ways in which that we can not only heal the womb but continue to like give it love, right? And that's very much what the pleasure card has a lot to do with. And, you know, again, it depends on your viewpoint on masturbation, I'm gonna just say it. But try not to see it as a negative thing, just see it as an opportunity to connect with self. And again, that doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to, sorry for my words, touch down there, but it could just mean, you know, finding a deeper connection with your root chakra. That's really the sense that I'm getting. And even here, as the colors build up, right, we're going through the different chakra levels. So again, this could just be a call to connect with the lower airs, or maybe this is even a call to, I don't know, maybe set up a OBGYN appointment or whatever that is. And for my males, for any of you watching this video, that could be the same thing. You know, maybe connecting with the lower area will allow you to not seek pleasure on external sources, but to rely on the self to provide, you know, those feelings of joy or ecstasy, however you want to interpret that. Okay, so let us jump into your 3 Orisha cards to see what your past, current, and potentially future energies could be. So first we have Elebaba, okay, past energies. And then we have the 9 of Air, which is also the 9 of Swords. And then we have Fairies and Sylphs, which is its own card within this deck. Okay, so with Elebaba, this has a lot to do, it's kind of similar to the 7 of Cups in the sense that it represents opportunities, different opportunities, doors opening, as well as being aware of situations regarding the home, and how one maintains that. So granted that it's in reverse, it seems as though there has been a lack or a feeling of not having enough, or a feeling of not having the opportunities that you would like come towards you, or at least that's your past energy. And then moving into this 9 of Air energy, which has a lot to do with owing someone, or feeling, or, you know, being attacked, coming from a place of not being wanted. So I'm not getting fully how this connects to your past state, but I'm hoping that, you know, when I read your other tarot and oracle cards, we'll get a clear picture of what this 9 of Air might be relative to. Kind of going back to this Elebaba, and in relation to this self-care card of pleasure. Again, I think this could be relative in the sense of what the self needs to release will reflect not only in the home environment, but in your external environment, so outside of the home. Because a lot of times people don't know this, and I know this from working with clients who have, like, at least female clients who have like locked pelvises, or, you know, who just have not given much attention to their lower extremities, and it affects their home life, it affects their connections, their relationships on a very subconscious kind of like yeah, just a subconscious level, you know, where we're not aware that our internal state or our feelings about the self are reflecting themselves in our, you know, current reality, which again may be the cause or what's creating this 9 of Air energy. But again, I'm just gonna sit on that for a moment. And then moving into the Fairies and Sylphs. So again, this is for my intuitive people, my highly sensitive beings, who are usually very in tune with themselves. And again, maybe this pleasure card could just be like an affirmation that yes, like this is what will allow you to open up in some ways on another level. However, when this card comes up, this has a lot to do with like future aspirations, dreams, the ability to create something out of nothing. And granted that, you know, this 9 of Air is, you know, even the way the rifles are like at the bird, like they're clearly poaching this bird, it feels like, you know, you may be attacked or maybe even on a spiritual level, feeling like you're being attacked by external forces and feeling, you know, kind of stuck in your situation. But if you free yourself from that idea of the situation and at least shift the perspective, I think this fairy and sylph's energy will come in to be able to provide new inspiration and provide a higher level of insight on your situation. Okay, let's move into your tarot and oracle cards. So the first one we're going to tap into is relationships, connections, friendships, family, all of that. Here we have the Son of Swords in reverse. Yeah, wow. And also, just so you guys know, the Nine of Air is also the Nine of Swords in the regular tarot deck. And then the Son of Swords here has to do with the Page of Swords. So when it comes to this Page of Swords, again, this is kind of like that inner conflict, maybe being like overly defensive or just like putting up a guard, right? Like setting boundaries, but not in a healthy manner, just more as like a defense mechanism. Granted, it is in reverse. It seems as though in terms of your connections, relationships, you might be noticing this within yourself already, right? Because the Page of Swords has a lot to do with starting that like internal reflection and ability and kind of letting his guard down to allow new opportunities to come in versus just like always being defensive. All right, so let's see what the oracle card is saying. Miracles. Okay, so yeah, kind of again in relation to this Son of Swords and this Nine of Air, I think you will be surprised by the connections and situations you'll find yourself in once you start to strip away those layers of defense, strip away those layers of protecting yourself. And I feel like this does come back to this Pleasure card. And again, this is a general reading, but I am getting the sense this might resonate with some of you. For those of you who have experienced, you know, sexual trauma or, you know, abuse in any way, this could be a sign that you are reconnecting with your power, and maybe, you know, pleasuring yourself could be another way in which you reconnect with your power. But once you do so, the miracles are going to flow into your life, and not just within how you perceive yourself, but in how, you know, in the connections that you make, and you know, even keeping your boundaries, but building healthy boundaries, right? And healthy connections versus, you know, kind of just like shutting people off. Okay, so now moving into your career tarot and oracle cards, we have here the Six of Cups. Wow. Oh, okay. Whoa, got a heavy message for some of you. Okay, hold on a moment. Let me take a second. I'm gonna slow it down for a moment because, again, I feel like this message is only gonna resonate with some of you. But I am getting the sense that this is related to a childhood trauma, childhood abuse, sexual or non-sexual. This has affected the defense mechanisms you've programmed within yourself to protect yourself. And that is okay. That's only natural, you know, for us to do when we are placed in those kinds of situations. However, what this Six of Cups is bringing or showing us is that even though this has been your past journey and these are the roots, your experience, your trauma, something more, something new can be born from that. Granted, this is where you come from. Again, this is your experience, this is your roots, but it does not define who you are. It does not define the tree in this example that you will become. Right? Or how you perceive yourself. It does not have to dictate that at all. And granted, this is for the career section of this reading. It seems as though your past experiences are playing heavy in terms of the work you do. And maybe that, again, this might resonate for some of you, maybe that is the kind of work that you've chosen to go into, you know, like helping others heal from their past traumas and wounds, or, you know, being a source of light or inspiration for others to know that they don't have to stay in their situations. Let me see a little bit more with this oracle card. So we have here focus. Okay. So yeah, just piggybacking off of that, it seems as though maybe, actually going back to the fairies and sylphs, maybe if you are on the brink of starting a new project, this is your niche or your focus that you're choosing to tap into. And what I'm getting the sense will help you not only maybe hone in on the focus of a project, or, you know, ways that you can improve in your job, whether that's you working for yourself or you working, you know, with an organization or something like that, is focusing on, you know, the small details, focusing on what's at the root of the cause, what's at the root of the problem. And again, this is why I feel like this pleasure card is coming up for you, because I think, whoa, I said root, and this is root chakra. So many connections. Okay. This is why I connected back to that card, because it seems as though that you have to tap into yourself in a sense. You have to use yourself as a resource, a source of inspiration to give you the focus you need to excel within whatever it is that you're working on or the job that you have right now. Yes, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, and now moving into some personal development, self-awareness. We have here the Justice card. Whoa, okay. This is kind of funny because my pile 2's got this card as well. But you guys have it up, right? So that is very much along the, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm like really getting the strong sense that for some of you, this is like something that you've been like battling. And maybe that's why you have this Nine of Swords energy of feeling like you're being attacked from all sides. Maybe you feel that you're like misunderstood even. And in that misunderstanding, you're not able to express yourself fully. But what the cards are saying so far is that when you do that, when you express yourself in the way that is more organic and authentic to yourself, miracles will happen. You'll find more balance and harmony within yourself. You know, whatever decisions you have to make will become easier because you're coming from a place of wisdom, of knowledge, of experience. Yeah, that's definitely the feels for my pile 3s. And it's funny because Pyrite, like I said in the beginning, has a lot to do with, you know, abundance and manifesting good vibrations. And so maybe, you know, the Pyrite crystal for you could be a good tool or a good stone for the current moment, current energies moving into March, to help you, you know, build that confidence or work on that confidence to step into your true self. Okay. Oh! Sorry for that reaction. But it's just like when the cards align, it's kind of like validation in a sense, right? Because it's like you already know what the message is for you. Even reflecting or looking at these cards, aside from anything that I'm saying, you already know what the message is for you. But the cards are just like laying it out so clearly. Purification. Oh, you guys, I'm just like, whoa, I just got goosebumps. Whew. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a moment because I have a lot that I want to tap into from this card. Okay. Purification. So let us just reflect on what's happening in the card first. So as you see here, there's a sunflower field. And this particular sunflower that's being highlighted, it seems as though they're getting more than the others, right? Because we see some wilted sunflowers. This particular sunflower is getting all the love and energy from above that it needs to be able to flourish, to be able to to be able to grow, to its high potential. I don't know if you know anything about sunflowers, but sunflowers are a unique flower in the sense that they can grow to up to 10 feet. And I mean, even in width and size, like up to like, you know, maybe like 2 feet in width. Like these flowers in particular can just grow so much, you know, especially if they're given the love and attention that they need. Oh, you guys, and this just goes back. Wow, and look, there's a flower. There are flowers here as well. So know that you are the flower. You just need some watering. You just need some love, some care, some focus, some attention on self. And that is what's going to allow you to resolve whatever other conflicts or situations come up for you, past or present, especially as you move forward into the month of March. So again, the message that I'm getting clearly here is, you know, pour into yourself. Try not to neglect yourself, because once you put more focus and attention on exploring yourself, your internal realms, your internal depths, a vast amount of miracles will come into your, like, things that you wouldn't even be able to explain, synchronicities that you're just shocked by. So open yourself up, enjoy, give love. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. So let us go into some ways that you can find your power in this month of March. All right, let's see here. Look at this, you guys. Write out all you'd like to let go on the next full moon, then destroy the list. This is so important. And this is very, very much in relation to this full moon that's coming up in Virgo, because this full moon has a lot to do with letting go of past energies, past perceptions or narratives of the self, of others, of the situations or experiences you have had. So this couldn't have been a better message for you guys, really. Write out all you'd like to let go of on this next full moon, which is on the 27th. So in about the next 2 days. And then destroy the list. Burn it. Toss it. Rip it up. Whatever you need to do to feel that release. And again, just going back to this card, this is like definitely the overall theme for you guys in the month of March. Once you allow yourself to let go, you are going to be amazed at what flows and what comes your way. Like truly, that is the energy that I'm picking up on for my pile 3s. All right, that is all I have for you, beautiful people. Thank you to my guides, your guides, higher self, for being able to send these messages. And I wish you guys all a beautiful rest of your day. Alright, welcome back for my pile 4s. For those of you who chose the Tourmaline, which is a great stone for blocking EMFs, as well as just creating a protective boundary if you have any like psychic abilities, and just overall protection. Okay, so for today's reading, as you know, this is a March prediction. We're going to check in with your self-care oracle card to see what the overall theme of the month will be, and then we'll hop into your tarot and oracle cards. So connect with your ancestors. Ooh, this is a beautiful card. So yeah, so for the month of March, it seems as though I'm getting the vibe this is like my intuitive pile, my empath, highly sensitive beings pile, because we have the third eye chakra, third eye chakra, that is allowing us to get in tune with our ancestral roots. Even here you see it's like a DNA, I don't know what they call it, but it looks like DNA, right? And that's like reminding us to connect with our internal knowing as well as our heritage. Sorry about that bell, you guys. Okay, so going back. So it seems like your theme for this month is really, you know, tapping into that intuition as well as tapping into the spirit realms, which will grant you a higher connection with, you know, past loved ones. And this could also relate to heritage. Maybe you know, I'm thinking about, like, if you're American, right? And we can talk about slavery and all that stuff to the end of the time. But if you're, like, let's say you've been removed from your native land, right? Maybe tapping in and reconnecting with ancestors from that place could grant you some more insights, not only into yourself, your culture, traditions, but also in terms of maybe how you view the world, or, you know, just strengthening a connection with the higher realms. So something to keep in mind for the month of March. All right, let's go into your tarot cards from the Orisha deck. So we have here the Three of Air, which is also similar to the Three of Swords. We have here Water Element, which is relative to all my Pisces, Cancers, Scorpios, water signs. And then we have here more water energy. We have here the Nine of Water. Okay. So to begin with this Three of Air, this is your past energy. So it seems as though, as you can see in this card, right, there is a shadow, there is a reflection of this hawk or eagle. Leave a comment down below what kind of animal you think this is, but of this bird that is flying over the mountains, right, over the horizon. Hold on a minute. So going back to the Three of Air. So Three of Swords in general has a lot to do with reflecting on the shadow self, right? As I mentioned, we're seeing the reflection of this bird on the mountains, which is, and this bird seems like it's kind of like frantically trying to fly away or trying to get away from something. And it's kind of hard to see here, but it seems as though they're moving away or trying to escape this like shadowy negative energy or entity. And I would say, again, maybe this is a reflection not just of your past internal state, but of your ancestors' past internal state, right? Feeling like they need to flee or frantically fleeing, not being able to address the shadow aspects of the self, or even of like generational karma, right? Or generational tragedies, whatever the situation might be. But this Three of Air, even though it's past energy, is calling on us to reflect on what the shadow is trying to show us, to reflect on the areas of ourselves that need to be healed, maybe from past trauma or from past generational karma in general. And now moving into the present energy, we have the water element, which is great because the water element has a lot to do with finding flow, finding ease in a sense, right? And again, with this connecting with your ancestors card, the water element has a lot to do with like intuitive abilities, connecting with that third eye, giving yourself nutrients, like providing yourself with the resource that you need to allow the energies within yourself to flow. And I believe that, you know, connecting with water will allow you to connect with your ancestors. So whether that's, you know, you have a cup of water and you say a little prayer or say a blessing, you know, ask to connect with your ancestors, or whether that means, you know, going to a beach or a pool, allowing your feet, your body to be immersed in water. This could also be, let's say, if you want to take a bath, right? Or even if you don't take a bath, but you just like sit and float in water and allow your thoughts to kind of subside and allow the third eye to connect you. So that is very much what the present energy is saying. And you know, moving into this month of March, maybe there will be some revelations that come up with this rekindling of this connection, or even strengthening this connection, because I do get the sense, again, with this water element, that you guys do have a connection with spirit. You do have a connection with your angels, your guides, your ancestors. However, this could maybe this month could be focusing on strengthening that connection. And then we move here, right, future energies, into this Nine of Water. which has a lot to do with prosperity, reaping what you sow, abundance, having more than you need, and being able to profit off of that, or being able to, let's say, gain a sense of confidence from that, like assurance, reassurance. And this could be a message just for some of you, but I'm getting the sense that your ancestors could be communicating with you even through monetary or material gains on this three-dimensional plane. So, you know, be open, stay aware of, you know, if you find money on the floor, or, you know, if someone's offering you something, definitely keep the doors open in terms of offerings or, you know, gifts from your ancestors. Okay, let's move into your tarot and oracle cards. So we're going to start with relationships, friendships, connections, anything we need to hear on that spectrum. So we start here with the strength card. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, my pile fours. So yeah, it seems like you guys have definitely moved past, or are trying to heal these kind of generational karmas or generational ties, and you're moving past this like shadow self kind of dominating you, or ruling how you should live your life, or how you should even perceive yourself. So having strength in yourself and in your inner knowing is going to allow you to strengthen your, you know, connections with your family that are still on this 3D plane, or even connections, relationships, friendships that your ancestors are standing strong by you, and they want you to know that. And they want you to know that you have the ability to create whatever connection you seek, and they will help guide you on that, you know, process or journey. Okay, your oracle card for the relationships is change. Ah, I love it. Yes. Wow, this is such a beautiful card. And it's funny too, because we have this very like, we have like the dualities here. We have this like bright sun energy, and then we have this like, you know, nighttime starry moon vibe. So this could also be, you know, your ancestors calling out to you, saying, connect with them maybe in the morning or the nighttime versus like in the middle of the day. I don't, this is a general reading, so I don't know what your practices are or how you go about them. But this could also mean starting, or, you know, like setting up an altar, setting up a space that allows you to keep that connection open, and that will give you more strength and courage to allow change to flow into your life easily, like this water element, because it is very clear that you guys have that capability, and you have a team that is backing you up, so that's even more amazing. Okay, moving into your career, we have here the 3 of Cups. Oh, wow, yeah, very vibrant with the sun energy here. Maybe, I'm kind of getting, maybe some of you are Leos even, or Leo moon. I'm getting the sense, because I do see this like moon energy coming through. And Leo is, and especially if it's a, you know, you are a Leo moon, that talks a lot about, you know, balancing the energies of the sun and of the moon, our emotional state, as well as our external, what's the word? How we portray ourselves, like how we show up to the world. Okay, so with this 3 of Cups, in terms of career, it seems as though, you know, you could be working with friends on a new project. You could be having the support of your friends to venture out on something new, or, you know, you just have a really good work environment. You know, you like your coworkers, you like your bosses, you're in a state of flow, and I very much feel and see that for you. It's clear in the cards here. So let's see again what your oracle card is to add on. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. We have relaxation. So yeah, this is coming up so much like duality. So much duality, because even here, right, it seems as though this moon is like very brightly lit. It almost reminds me of a blood moon, which blood moons have a lot to do with rapid change. So, whoa, let me have the card change here. And also we have a full moon coming up on the 27th, full moon in Virgo, which has a lot to do with letting go of the past and allowing new energies, new opportunities to flow into our life. So the vibe that I'm getting from this pile, from you guys, is that, you know, you're in a state of flow and you've been able to master that, maybe in conjunction with your ancestors. So keeping that going in the month of March is definitely going to help you amplify not only your abilities, but your connection to spirit and higher realms, as well as, you know, provide you with, you know, or put you in a place of, you know, happiness, content, just like, you know, receiving and having gratitude for all that comes your way. And then ending it off with, you know, any self-development, self-awareness, spirituality, however you would like to describe it. We have here the Six of Swords. Okay. All right. So, wow. So with the Six of Swords, we are trying to move away from anything that's holding us back, whether that's limiting beliefs, what other people tell us that we may not be aligned with. And it's kind of clear here, right? Because we have this like, kind of like, it's raining on the swords, dark energy, but then we have this beautiful rainbow that's just like showing up after this dark phase has kind of passed in our lives. And again, this is so just like in conjunction with this Three of Air, right? The Three of Swords. Wow, we have 3 and 6. Ooh, I just got chills. Okay. The reason why I say that is because, again, the month of March is the 3rd month of the year. And also, 3 has a lot to do with strengthening connections, matters of, you know, the self and how we choose to portray ourselves, like how we choose to be seen in the world and be seen by others, right? That's like our sun sign, right? Or even our ascendant, right? Like how we choose to show up to the world and how others perceive us. So this Six of Swords, again, is tapping into that idea of like whatever issues, obstacles you have come across in the past, this is not going to hold you back. If anything, it's going to give you the strength to keep moving forward and to, if anything, rebuild or build on those past situations, those past karmas. And then your last oracle card, Truth. Whoa, the depth. Okay, you guys. Yeah, this is definitely my intuitive pile, my empathic pile, because you guys definitely have a strong connection to spirit, to the spirit realm, to even the divine, to source, to the universe, to God, however you want to describe it, right? Because I'm not sure if you can see here, but there is like an image of this man in the clouds who is blowing on this tree. And I don't know if you know anything about this tree. This is actually a very special tree in Africa that is said to be like one of the most ancient trees in the world. And so the power behind this card is just like even beyond words. But again, I feel like this connects back to your connect with your ancestor sword, because I think you guys are going to get a ton of downloads in the month of March. You're going to get not only inspiration, confidence, reassurance, not only that you're on the right path, but that you have moved forward from past situations, but also in that you have the backing from people not only on this 3D plane, but in higher realms. So this is a powerful, reassuring card to have to finish off this reading. And then let's tap into this spark magic to see ways in which you can amplify or find your power in this month of March. All right, we have here, list traits you love about yourself. I love that. And I can see that being part of your process in the month of March, right? Even here, she's reading a book, but this could even be interpreted as journaling, right? Just like journaling things that bring you happiness and joy, and using those things that you love, not only about yourself, but about like where you are in this current moment, will allow you to manifest the future that you desire. And that is the theme of the month of March. Since we're moving into this full moon in Virgo, it is giving us all the energy we need to manifest the life that we choose, the life that we want. So again, connect with your ancestors, receive any messages that they're trying to send you, and then jot down not only some things you love about yourself, but maybe jot down some things that you hope to manifest within this upcoming month. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you. I thank my guides, your guides, higher self, for allowing these messages to come through. I hope this provides you some sorts of healing or message, and I hope this resonates with you. I'm wishing you a great rest of your day, and catch you in the next reading. Bye.